And hello. Sort of an off day. Well, very much an off day for me. I guess that I didn't go to work today. I think I was dehydrated. Headache, terrible headache. I've been also caffeine. Long story, but short version of it is I bought a different type of coffee, and I use whole bean and grind it myself. And this must be like super strong coffee. I mean, caffeine. But because it was strong. I don't drink that much coffee, so I'm sort of sensitive to it to begin with. But anyway, it's also been a strange time period I've been going through. It's probably reflected in the videos just even a couple of weeks back. Um, boy, uh, don't know what to say, but to say it, I guess, and that is, I guess I'm getting overwhelmed. Um, when all this started, it was a tremendous revelation. It was a tremendous change for the positive. I mean, to be looking for something all your life and finally finding it, and then and I haven't lost sight of this fact that these are the things that I need to know about myself to be my best. I need to be honest with myself. Well, that kind of leads into where I think I'm really feeling overwhelmed and quite frankly, sometimes borderline depressed. Maybe not even so borderline, but I got to be really, really, really careful because all my life it's very easy for me to fall into the negative and to wallow, I guess you could say, in my self-pity. Um, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I've been there, done that. Now I have no excuse, so to speak, to do that. But I'll tell you, I'm trying not to look at the negative of all this, and there is. I'm 59. Um, I'm I'm single. I've always been single. I've been in relationships. I think my longest relationship was maybe 5 years. It was very serious too. I mean, if it had been, if I had said yes to the idea of it going to the point of being marriage, I think I would be married today. But I actually am glad it didn't because of part of the part of the issue that I've had problems with is knowing who I am and what I need and being honest with myself. It's really, really hard when you're masking yourself and covering up the reality of who you are. I mean, I don't know that there was no instruction book of how to mask your auticity. Auticity? Your autism. Got a new word there. I'll write that one down. Auticity. I really am. Ticity. Auticity. Anyway, um, there was no guidebook, and I was just winging it my whole life, winging it. And I know, I mean, for example, what's going through my head is that in order sometimes to get yourself out there and to do things, you kind of ignore the reality of it. I mean, whether it's something dangerous or whether it's something that you're above your head or out of your comfort zone, and partially, I always saw that as maybe as a good trait, but I guess these are the kind of self-doubts I'm having. It's like, yeah, right, you're Superman, man, you're and you're the and you're Mr. Attractive. I mean, no, I never really thought that, but um, and that brings up another issue too. Is that this is relationships. Always wanted to be in a good relationship. I all these things that I'm questioning why. Why did I want to be in a good relationship? Um, was it as much for the companionship and the fellowship? I don't know if that's a great, you know what I mean, but the friendship. Or was it also, to a certain degree, to have someone to help me? Maybe that's what part of relationships are too. This is where I'm starting to feel so absolutely starting over at square freaking one. I mean, isn't that the kind of stuff kids were figuring out in junior high school and before, of what this all meant and why you were doing stuff? And that's where I feel like I'm at. I feel like I'm starting over it in freaking grade school. So anyway, this is another aspect of the journey, I guess. But you know, I mean, to be positive about it, I feel like I can finally be honest with myself, you know. Or I can be just as deceptive. That's, and there is I don't want to give in to that. There's a temptation to be deceptive, I guess. I don't know. I hope not. I don't have that feeling right now. I don't feel like I want to deceive myself again. So what I'm trying to, so I spent all my life trying to not do. That's what I was uncomfortable doing all my life, is not being who I was. Now that I can be who I am, you know, I'm finding out it's Mr. 7th grade or Mr. 5th grade instead of, you know, Mr. 59-year-old, and criminy. At least that's the way it feels. And the other issue too is, you know, this is what hurts a lot right now for me, is that I went through all that other stuff alone, and I gotta go through this alone. And I don't have to go through it alone like the other one, because I can write on the, there is true support. There is true support in the forums, the other people that have gone through this. And if it wasn't for that, maybe I shouldn't be so honest, but you know, I try not to think in these terms. And I really, really shouldn't, but I do. I do. And these terms I'm talking about, it's just what's the use? You know, I mean, it's the giving up side of it. I know some people out there are probably thinking, well, you can't give up. What do you know? Yeah, you know, I mean, and I don't know that I would ever really do this. But sometimes you wonder if life isn't worth living. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm sorry to say that. I don't want to give anybody to encourage anyone in that direction or anything else, but you know, I mean, it's the reality I face. Because it was that bad in my life before, where I saw no way out. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I want to ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. I want to find that woman that's compatible and we can fall in love and just get on with some normal normal autistic lifestyle things, you know. And I kind of laugh because, but you know, I thought about this a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be talking and talking. And that is, as far as relationships, you know, I still think that there is something to the ability of two people who are autistic to relate. Yeah, and I know it's not that simple. Okay, since you're autistic, you know, we can relate. No, because you still have all the other issues of compatibility and chemistry and on and on. I mean, So anyway, this is another look at my life or my ASD journey. It's part of it. There's the good and the bad. So anyway, I'm okay. Don't get me wrong. I go through my moments where I just shake my head and going, oh, great, you know. So the cosmic joke continues, and I'm sorry, there's that negative side. There is. I guess there's anger. There's it's all natural, I guess. But what else do I say? And to all those out there on the journey, it means a lot to me to know you're out there. To know that ultimately I'm not alone anymore. That means a lot. That means a lot. I wish you all lived next door. Well, maybe not. Some of you are pretty weird. No, just kidding. But you know what I mean. I guess we actually, in a way, you are all next door. You're just a keyboard type away, you know. But that doesn't substitute just the actual being with people, which I'm not that great at, and that's another whole story, isn't it? Anyway, here's to you all and your journeys, and I do wish you all the best. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.